Good morning,
Goeiemôre.
and away to my old Kryptonian friends, those who still listen to me from time to time. Guys and girls, we're struggling to do Facebook Live on most of our channels, so sorry about that. This will be available a bit later. I will post it on every Facebook page.
Okay.
All right, this morning you're talking about what?
We thought it would be a good idea to maybe just talk about contentment in your new country and will you ever feel content. There are a lot of people that are struggling to adapt, and I feel like they just don't give themselves
Enough time.
to adjust.
But
and to
you
feel
even
content.
hear from people that's been here for quite a few years now,
Yeah.
and most of them say, "I will go back in a heartbeat," but they never go back.
No, they won't, because in your heart you feel like you want to, but you know that it's not the best for your family. But you don't want to live like that. You don't want to live with your heart in a different place, and you just here because of the future for your children, or I don't know, the safety or whatever. You have to work towards feeling content and feeling like you belong here and making this your home.
Okay.
Otherwise your life is just
Can
not.
I ask this question?
Yeah.
Okay. What does content mean overall?
It means that you are just feeling happy and relaxed and tevrede with where you are and with what you have.
Okay.
That is what it means. Not striving all the time for something else, feeling like you are.
So you can still strive where you are now for better and better salary and better car and what.
Yeah, but just to feel like your soul is at peace, if I can say it like that.
That's how I feel when I go to the Coromandel. So
yeah, but that's what it means. Not feeling torn and
So can I ask this question a different way? What does content mean for you?
That's exactly what it means.
As a woman.
For me as Mariska, it means my soul are at peace.
Okay.
That is what it means for me.
But not everybody believes we've got a soul, and some people. So, how do I become content with where I am?
Well, that is up to every person, because it is, unfortunately, this is also one of those things in your head. It's something that you have to work on your own. Everyone has to create their own peace.
Yeah.
No one can do it for you.
I do that if, let's say I came with you, you were the instigator in this, and I just tagged along, and now I am in New Zealand. I see you are happy, and I'm glad you are happy. I see the kids are happy, and I'm glad the kids are happy. But within me still, there is this burning thing of, I'm unsure if I have to want to be here, blah, blah, blah. How would somebody get over that?
Some people have to work harder towards that than other people have to. And it seems like for some people, it just never happens.
It is.
And it's sad, because you will never completely immerse in what New Zealand offers you if you don't give yourself that freedom.
Let's take a step back on what New Zealand really offers you. For me, it may be different to anybody else, guys. So if what I'm saying this morning is totally different than what you are experiencing, sorry about that. For me, New Zealand is a safe haven.
Yeah.
It's and safety has always been my issue in life. For me, New Zealand has become the safe haven where I can actually relax, where I can just not think about being safe 24/7 every day.
Yeah.
So that's a change, and that's within me. You could be probably the same gear as me or totally different. So if you're totally different and I don't gel with you this morning, it's all good. So, but for me, it is more than just the safety aspect. It's also the aspect that I can see where my loved ones, my wife, my kids, where where my grandkids, they all are safe, and that is so important for me now. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, but you see,
to
that
keep
is
it that way.
not. That's exactly what I mean when I say that you can yearn for the safety and you're glad that you're safe, but still you're not content within your country.
Let me be quite frank. Within the first year, I also thought, have we done the right thing?
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, shouldn't we go back? And every time I had to go and sit and think, what are we going back to? And I know some people are probably worse off down here, if that's the right word. They probably have less spendable money.
Struggling financially.
They don't have them made. They must cut their own grass. It's stuff like that that you're unused to, that is now playing mind tricks with you. And I mean, not having money is a shit thing. Let's be quite frank on that.
Yes, it is.
Let's be quite frank on that.
If we can talk we can speak from experience. There was a time, I mean, that first year or two when, for us in New Zealand, was really tough. We didn't have money. We always had food.
We never had excess money.
No. And some days when we looked at the bank account, we were just thinking, oh my word, how are we going to do this? But never, ever did that make me feel like I want to go back.
No. That actually made me put more demand on myself at the end of the day.
Yeah. So I don't judge anyone, but I feel like contentment is a choice.
Yeah.
You can decide if you want to feel content or if you are forever going to yearn for the country that you left. And I know it's hard if you don't have friends and if you don't have a support system. And I mean, there are so many factors that can play a huge role in not being able to feel like you belong. But it is a choice in your head. Make New Zealand your home. I always say, I think I was lucky because I struggled when we were still in South Africa. My struggle was there, not here. My struggle was leaving, not being here.
So you reckon you've done your struggle in South Africa, and that made it easier for you?
It definitely made it easier for me. I talked to someone the other day and she said exactly the same, but I think it's because I had so much time in South Africa to get used to the idea and to kind of get excited. And we have Googled a lot about New Zealand, and I really, in my heart, I was excited for the journey and excited for the adventure and the new life, and I was looking forward to.
And we watched videos like this. Jeez.
Yeah,
every weekend
we watched
it was crazy.
Yeah, the kids became so tired of New Zealand. But so contentment is something that you have to work towards, and it is unfortunately something that only you can change.
Yeah, I think what I saw in 2016 when we traveled to New Zealand for a look-see and decide was what I was yearning for when I reached South Africa, and that made me look so much more forward to the end, to getting out of South Africa. I just knew this is going to be a beautiful country, and it's going to be wow, and it's going to be. But the one problem was, and I'm going to put this straight out there. What I could see through my eyes, my wow did not always pull through to the rest of the family. Was supposed to also say wow. So
look, a country can be as beautiful as it wants to, and it can offer you as much as it can. But if your heart is not in a place where you can accept it, then you won't see the beauty.
And you have to make a heart and a head swing.
Yeah,
that's right.
So that holiday in New Zealand in 2016 was the worst holiday of my life. I can tell you that. I cried every single day. I saw the beauty, and some days I was really thinking, yes, it would be wonderful to live here, but I really struggled with the idea of leaving my country. So,
may I ask, what was you struggling with? Why didn't you want to leave? Sorry, I don't know those answers, so this is unknown territory for me this morning.
I don't know what it actually. I was just thinking my kids are there. And at that stage, I know this sounds really stupid, but our cats, it was like my children. And I really
So
struggled with the
basically, it was
idea.
anything that you could think of that was keeping you back. So even if you had 2 doves that you fed every morning, that would have been.
Probably.
Yeah, no. I was just thinking about the head thing, because your mind is a powerful thing.
It is, yeah.
And a lot of people have to change their mind so far just to get to here. And I'm glad to those who succeed in doing that, because they are so much better off down here than ever. So,
but unfortunately, it is a really hard journey. To get to that place where you are feeling content. But you can do something about it if you just accept where you are and make the constant decision to get out and about. Explore, meet new people, even if you don't like them. Somewhere along the line, you will find your tribe. So just keep on meeting new people. Get out there.
And for every bad one you meet in New Zealand, you will meet a good one as well.
Yeah.
You just got to keep your eye open.
I was thinking this morning, and I have got a lot of friends, and I love them dearly. And I thought about it this morning, and I actually thanked the Lord this morning for my friends, because I know that they made my journey so much easier. But it took me almost 3 years to find them.
Yeah.
So give yourself time. But I can honestly say, even in that 3 years where I didn't have that close friends, I was feeling really content.
Yep.
I was feeling really content.
That is so.
Yeah.
And you have to give yourself, except giving yourself time, you have to give yourself the opportunity to be able to relax in New Zealand, be able to take all the beauty in.
And another thing that I can say is surround yourself with people
that's positive
about being in New Zealand. If you talk to people that just want to go back all the time, you are never going to get to that point where you actually feel like. So I don't. I maybe have 2 friends, not close friends, but 2 friends that tells me constantly that they know that they're actually going to go back to South Africa eventually. And I don't engage in that conversation because I really don't want to, because that's not the way that I feel. And what makes me really sad is that those people will talk to other New Zealanders or other people that's still in South Africa that still wants to come over, and tell them that actually everyone that's in New Zealand wants to go back to South Africa. That's not true. So it makes me sad to hear that is the message that they are spreading.
Talking about going back, and can I throw the spanner in the works?
Don't even go
She's
there.
going back on Monday. So Monday she gets on the plane and she goes to South Africa. South Africa.
Yeah.
Ish. That one. Amen.
And
how are you feeling about that?
I really don't want to go. It
Why
is
not?
like this huge mountain. I don't know. I just really don't want to be there.
Okay.
I've got this nar gevoel on my stomach, and it's not because I'm scared, and it's not because I'm not a paranoid person. So South Africa, I've never been paranoid in South Africa.
I was the paranoid.
I was weary, but I was never paranoid. But I just really don't want to go back.
And now you got to step back in those shoes of being weary.
I know.
Everywhere. I mean, it's not safe anyway. Yeah. So you got to step in those shoes, and you got to keep your vigilant up. Luckily, she's just only going for about 2 weeks.
No, I think it's like 8 days that I'll be in South Africa. The flights make it longer, it seems a little bit longer. But yeah, I am looking forward to go and get my mom. She's coming to visit us for a few weeks. So that's the main reason. And I'm going to see my dad.
If there is any travel agents listening this morning, how do we book in Mum's Broom?
Oh, you've asked that now 20 times.
Well, she's asked me as well.
She's just playing along. So I really don't want to be there. But I have to go. I need to see my dad. And I'm going to a wedding. And I'm getting my mom to come and visit us. So, Yeah. After this, all my kids are here, which makes it
All my
even,
grandchildren are here.
everyone's here. So
It
I
took
am
us 7
really,
years to get them all here.
yeah.
It took us 7 years, and we'll fight to keep them here. So if they become non-content anymore, we'll content them. So
Yeah. Look, and this is not something that you can you can't press it on someone to feel content.
That's
So
a fact.
it is a decision, and it is your right to decide if you want to be here or not. So I will never keep someone here that really don't want to be here.
I agree. I fully agree.
Yeah. It is, for me, it's just sometimes difficult to understand, to get in my mind, because I know what this country has meant to me, and how I always say that this country healed me.
Yeah.
And
I think it healed all of us. We all had some type of scar. I know of a lot of other people in the same positions that have scars and emotion. Let me call it emotional scars.
Yeah. So that's why sometimes it's really difficult for me to understand why someone wouldn't want to be here. But I get it. If your support system is in South Africa, it is really hard. So I get it, and I don't judge anyone. I will support you 100% if that is your decision to go back. Just don't make New Zealand the bad guy.
Yeah,
if you want to go
that's
back.
Another thing that I sometimes see. People that has been here and they've gone back because they didn't do their planning. Normally, I know what the circumstances in those houses are. They didn't do their planning correctly. They came here with hopes that didn't. And now they go back, and the first thing they say to everybody is New Zealand is such a bad country.
Look, I think it's the same with every other country.
Yeah.
If you move to a different country, any country, you will feel exactly the same. And I actually feel that it's easier to adjust to New Zealand as a country than it would be.
Oh, to Canada or to...
No, Canada's also fine because you speak English.
It's snowing this much.
No, but I'm talking about the cultural differences. Yes, there are culture shocks in New Zealand, but it's not like you go to a country like Portugal or Spain or whatever.
Except if you are Portuguese and you can talk the lingo. Different story.
You can learn. I mean, I said to him the other day, I wish I could live in different countries for 2 years at a time. I would absolutely love it.
But just to get along with the language would be it will be a fight on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will be nice to live in.
It would be.
So if anybody got the winning lotto numbers,
anyone wants to house swap for 2 years.
And business and everything else.
Oh my word, yeah.
Yeah, that's a hectic story.
All I want to say is just give yourself enough time. And the most important thing is positive mindset.
Yeah.
You have to constantly work on yourself to be positive and motivated to be here. And as I say, surround yourself with people that are motivated and positive.
I'll once again say, if you're feeling not positive or you really want to know why you should stay, and if you're a female, call Mariska. If you're a guy, call me.
I'm not here to tell you why to stay.
No, but we are there to encourage them to look around, a bit. So, in my first 2 years, the first year was probably the difficult one. The second year was very easy for me, because in the first year we really struggled financially. Everything else, it was hectic, and I had to learn a lot of stuff. At my age, I don't want to learn anything anymore, but I still do every day. For me, the way to be positive about New Zealand is I would sit and watch Carte Blanche.
Yeah.
That was just my...
Yeah. And look, things are different. The health system is different.
Yep.
The schools are different. Everything is a little bit different. It is not South Africa. But don't compare it to South Africa all the time. Adjust to what you get. Yeah. What is available here and how it works.
If you have to compare it to South Africa, don't compare money-wise, and don't compare with what you could get in South Africa versus what you could get here versus price.
This is not South Africa. The schools are not going to be the same. No. They work differently. The shops are not going to be the same. It is a different country. So just keep in your head that you didn't move to New Zealand to get South Africa in New Zealand, did you? Then you moved to the wrong place.
They did it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
because you got to take this as an adventure.
Yes.
I was, as a kid, I always thought, geez, I would love to live on an island. And we live next. We live next to a river, so this was quite a real thing for me. Growing up, we lived next to a river, and there was an island on the river which was totally isolated, and nobody lived on the island. It wasn't a big island, but as a kid, this was a massive island. You did exploring on the island and that type of shit. And I always thought I would love to live on an island because it just made. And then if you look at television programs, you see islands, these blue waters, and well, we are living on an island, and it's really it's lovely, and I love it. So.
Yeah. So,
sorry for me becoming over enthusiastic.
If I can give a little bit of advice, if you're struggling to kind of feel content, take any circumstance, take the school. I know it's different. The teachers are different. They teach differently. They learn to read differently. Sometimes it feels like they don't have homework and whatever. So instead of comparing it to South Africa and the way that the teachers operated and how they were with the kids and whatever, take what you have. This is the way that they do it. So just go like, oh, okay, so this is how we do it. And just do it.
Yeah.
Don't be in that constant struggle in your head like, oh, my kid's going to be whatever. Just take what you get and work with that.
Yeah.
Don't compare it to something else.
I've got a different question. Okay. Now, if you are the person who's down in, or let me say, if you are the content person in the family of two, and the other person is not content, how does the content person? Because this is important. You are here together. If the one is content and the other one is not content, it tends not to bring up the contentness. It tends to drag it down rather than bring up the content.
It is hard work.
Yeah.
It is hard work, but you just love the content. You just love, and it will shine through that you are happy, and it will rub off eventually. It is really hard work to try and motivate someone all the time. I know,
but also listen to me now. It's very hard work to be content, and the other party is not content. It's very, very hard work, and it makes the content person unhappy in the long run.
If you are not a very strong person, it will drag you down.
That's what my point is.
It will really drag you down.
How does that person stop from being dragged down?
Then that person needs to surround themselves with people that are motivated. So then when the partner is feeling so down in the dumps and just want to go back, they can speak to their friends and say, oh my word, my husband just wants to leave and whatever. And the friends will kind of just fill their cups. And then that is why it is so important to get out. And if there are opportunities for you to just be amongst other people, do that, because that is what fills your cup.
Yeah. And I want to put this out there. I until now haven't got I'm working on a few options, but I haven't found that one person that fills my cup 100%.
Do I?
I'm supposed to have you, yes. So if you are like me and you are out there, this is me being vulnerable now, right? And you don't have somebody else who can cheer you up, or where you can just go and sit and say, I've had a cup day. Right? If you don't have that person, go out and immerse yourself in groups. And I'm talking about if you're a religious person, go to a church group. There's always people that are happier than you at the church. It's also people that are more unhappier than you, but sort them out. Go to the other side, to the happy side. We are having by the end of the month, we're having a men's, or not totally a men's thing, but it's a business group where we are going to do a bit of motivational for the guys or girls, if there is girls there.
But if it's for men, girls.
No. It's for business people.
Okay.
For business people, because we know business people are going through a real tough time now. And it is for South African business people.
Okay.
So sadly enough, we're not going to invite anybody from any
Yeah.
other country than South Africa.
Yeah.
Because we feel we can fill that gap for them and get them motivated
Yeah.
and get them just to fuss bite, to hang on a bit more. And it's
that
been
is
really
the
tough.
other thing that should actually help you feel content. Is there are so many South Africans in this country, and I know some of them really just want to stab you in the back all the time. We get that a lot.
We get that a
but
lot.
most of them, we're all in the same storm, and everyone is there. It's got your back.
Yeah.
So,
unfortunately, some of them won't try and build each other up. They'll rather try and break everybody else down because they think that's there.
You'll get that everywhere. But or just get out. If there's like a ladies' morning or whatever, doesn't matter, maybe in your area or wherever else, go. You don't have, if you are a private person and you don't want to speak to anyone, that's the best place for you to be, because in a group, you don't have to. If you don't want to speak,
but take in the positive vibes. If you go and sit next to Sunny and Sunny is so negative, she wants to go back to South Africa, you better get up and walk away. That's not where you want to be. That's not where you want to be.
That's the best place to meet new people, is in a group. And you don't have to talk a lot, because I'm not a person that likes to talk. I like to talk a lot around people that I really know, but it's hard for me to walk and, I don't know, to get acquainted with other people. It's really difficult for me. So, but in a group situation, you just go. Even if you go alone, I know some women don't want to go alone. You don't have to say anything. You're just in the group. You enjoy the morning. You listen to what there is to listen to. If you want to go home afterwards, you do. And maybe, just maybe, you will meet someone that's in the same situation as you. And, make a friend.
Let's summarize this quickly. Point 1, give yourself time.
Lots of time. Don't
give yourself time. Don't say, if I'm not ready by next week, it's not gonna, you know what? It's not going to be.
Don't keep the back door open.
Yep. I did that. I burnt all my bridges. I decided I will never cross this bridge again.
Don't keep the back door open.
For me, South Africa isn't home anymore. I can't talk about home. Where I'm now sitting, this is my home. This is what I built. This is where I am. This is my family. My family is in my home. You gotta sometimes change that. That's a mindset, because we're so used to living in South Africa and say, I'm going home. That will be to Cape Town or Joburg or wherever you want to go. But home is here now. Home for me is Tauranga, New Zealand. South Africa is a foreign country. So you're going overseas now.
I'm going overseas.
And then you're going to speak foreign. Guys, give yourself time, lots of time. Immerse yourself with people that is not on the same page as you, that want to go back. Immerse yourself with people that is positive about New Zealand. And if you are the positive partner, just hang in there for your negative partner. It will take time, but it will change.
Yeah, reach out to other people so that they can fill your cup, so that you can fill.
And if you are the negative partner and you're listening this morning, please have some time for your positive partner. Try and understand what it's all about. Sometimes I feel people just don't want to try and understand at all.
Yeah.
So,
are we going to do a draw for the boat or not?
No.
Why not?
Because we run out of time.
Okay. Sure.
The time has flown this morning, but we'll do a boat draw next week again. We'll draw 2 people next week.
Okay.
That'll go into our boat cruise. We're doing a boat cruise from Auckland all the way up to Russell. One of those, not that dinghy, a real passenger ship. And we're going to have 4 nights on board, 4 nights with dancing and eating, and we're going to get fat. Hey.
We are already. Okay.
All right, guys and girls, that's that.
Have a good Thursday.
Yeah, and it's going to be cold from here onwards, so just keep that in mind. And
so I won't be here next Thursday. You'll be alone, and I won't be here the next Thursday as well.
So for 2 Thursdays, I get the chance to say whatever I want.
Yeah, I'll get you all the news from South Africa.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, see you all. Bye.